ओम विभवे नमः। ओम विनोदप्रियाय नमः। ओम विनयशीलाय नमः। ओम वीतरागाय नमः। ओम वेदांतवेद्याय नमः। ओम शांताय नमः। ओम शांतिप्रदाय नमः। ओम शास्त्रोद्धारकाय नमः। ओम शुद्धसत्वाय नमः। ओम श्रुतिपारगाय नमः। ओम श्रोत्रियाय नमः। ओम सन्यासिने नमः। ओम समबुद्धये नमः। ओम सच्चिदानंदाय नमः। ओम सर्वहितचिंतकाय नमः। ओम सत्यसंकल्पाय नमः। ओम संतुष्टाय नमः। ओम साधवे नमः। ओम सुमनसे नमः। ओम सुहृदे नमः। ओम स्वयं ज्योतिषे नमः। ओम स्थितप्रज्ञाय नमः। ओम क्षमाशीलाय नमः। ओम ज्ञानमूर्तये नमः। ओम ज्ञानयोगिने नमः। ओम ज्ञानतृप्ताय नमः। ओम नित्यशुद्धबुद्धमुक्तस्वरूपाय नमः। ओम नित्यशुद्धबुद्धमुक्तस्वरूपाय नमः। ओम नित्यशुद्धबुद्धमुक्तस्वरूपाय नमः। ओम श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरवे नमः।
नानाविधपत्रपरिमलपुष्पाणि समर्पयामि। धूपमाघ्रापयामि। दीपं सन्दर्शयामि। धूपदीपानन्तरं आचमनीयं समर्पयामि। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि यो यो न प्रचोदयात् तत्तेन परिषिञ्चामि मृतोपस्तरणमसि। ॐ प्राणाय स्वाहा ॐ प्राणाय स्वाहा समानाय स्वाहा। नैवेद्यं निवेदयामि। नैवेद्यानन्तरम् आचमनीयं समर्पयामि। ऊटीफलसमायुक्तनागवल्लीदलयुतं ताम्बूलं प्रतिगृह्यताम् ताम्बूलार्थं रक्षतान् समर्पयामि। ॐ न तत्र सूर्यो भादिनचन्द्रतारकं नेमाविदो भान्निकुतो यमग्निः सर्वमिदं विभाति। यो वेदादौ नमः। मङ्गलनीराजनदीपं पश्यामि राजराजनन्दनं समर्पयामि। रक्षान् धारयामि। ॐ योपां
पुष्पं वेद पुष्पवान् प्रजावान् पशुमान् भवति चन्द्रमा वा अपां पुष्पं पुष्पवान् प्रजावान् पशुमान् भवति। एवं वेद योपामायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति।
यो
वेदो स्वरः प्रोक्तो वेदान्ते च प्रतिष्ठितः तस्य प्रकृतिलीनस्य यः परः स महेश्वरः।
मन्त्रपुष्पं समर्पयामि। यानि कानि च पापानि
दक्षिणपदे पदे
अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति
त्वमेव शरणं मम तस्मात् भावेन रक्ष
गुरुदेव। प्रदक्षिणनमस्कारान् समर्पयामि। समस्तराजोपचारान् समर्पयामि। राहिमां देवदेवेश तरुणेन्दुशिखामणे ईप्सितं देहि मे देवदया राशे नमोऽस्तुते। ॐ तत्सत् ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु। इष्टदिष्टवरस्थाने स्थाने परमेश्वर यत्र ब्रह्मादयो देव सर्वे तिष्ठन्ति मे हृदि अस्मात् पादुका चित्रपटादे सद्गुरुं यथास्थानं प्रतिष्ठापयामि पुनरागमनं च मङ्गलाय च
Swami, you want to start the bhajan?
Hari Om parents. You know, children are having their own Bal Vihar assembly. We will now start the adult satsang, Bhakti Sudha by Swami Shantananda ji. All of you have your copy of the Bhakti Sudha book from the bag that was given yesterday. Everybody has a copy? Yeah. Please follow along. Thank you. Hari Om Swamiji.
You're all spread out. Can you come closer? I mean, you feel.
Hari Om, people at the back, can you please come a little bit forward, please? Swamiji wants you to come forward.
Then you will feel warmer, you see. Sitting closer. Eh? Oh. Shri Ganeshaya Namaha, Shri Saraswati Namaha, Shri Satgurubhyo Namaha. Samasta Janakalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Satgurum Brahmavidvaram Manojavam Marudhatulya Vegam Jitendriyam Buddhimatam Varishtam Vatatmajam Vanarayutamukhyam Sriramadutam Sirasa Namami Santoshini Jagannmata Mama Saubhagyavriddhaye Namaskaromi Bhaktya Tvam Prasanna Varada Bhava Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Om Namah Pranavarthaya Shuddha-jnanaika-murtaye Nirmalaya Prashandaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha Satchitananda-rupaya Vishwotpattyadihetave Tapatraya Vinashaya Shri Krishnaya Vayam Namaha Nilambujasyamalakomalangam Sita Samaropita Vamabhagam Panau Mahasayaka Charuchapam Namami Ramam Rakhuvam Shanatham. So we are going to see Bhakti Sudha. Sudha means nectar. Bhakti, Sudha, the nectar of devotion. Bhakti is devotion. Now, devotion is not a separate path. Generally, we think that Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga. Like this, there are 4 different yogas. But according to our Shastra, Bhakti is not a separate path. Because for every other path, Bhakti is the basic. Without Bhakti, you cannot be a Karma Yogi. Without Bhakti, you cannot be a Jnana Yogi. Without Bhakti, you cannot be an Ashtanga Yogi also. So therefore, Bhakti is something that is basic. That is why in our Upanishads, Vedanta, Bhakti word is not used much. Only in Kaivalya Upanishad, there is one mention, Shraddha Bhakti Dhyana Yogat Avaihi. Other than that, in the Upanishad, you will not hear much of Bhakti. In Gita, Bhagavan has introduced Bhakti, but not other Vedantic text. That's because Bhakti is basic. The first thing that unless you have Bhakti, you cannot be a Karma Yogi or Jnana Yogi or Ashtanga Yogi. Therefore, Bhakti means love. Everybody wants to be loved. Even animals, plants, they also want to be loved. Even plants also, if you talk nicely to the plant and give water, it grows. Suppose you use some, every day, accusing that flower or for the pot, then you would give water, it will die. Because even plants need such a loving atmosphere, especially tulsi, etc., very sensitive plant. You have to give an atmosphere of happiness, love. So the love is something that is common to all, animals also. Especially animals, they have to be loved and they also respond to it. So this love here in the introduction, this is written by our own Guruji, Swami Tejo Mananji. He composed this and taken from all, maybe Narada Bhakti Sutra and Ramcharitmanas and all other Bhakti Granthas. He has taken the essence of it and given to us in the form of Bhakti Sudha. So in the introduction, he says that Bhakti is like, so in Ramcharitmanas, Tulsidas ji says, there is a verse he quoted, Varsha Ritu Rekupati Bhagati Tulasi Shali Sudas Rama Nama Bharanaduru Savana Bhado Mas. So devotion to Sri Rama is like a rainy season. Tulsidas is compared Bhakti like a rainy season. Why? Because when the summertime or when there's a drought, etc., the earth become completely dry. And people suffer also because of the heat. But when the rain comes, especially in July, August, is the rainy season. In India, we have 4 seasons. Here also we have 4 seasons, right? Yeah. So only in Florida and all, only 2 seasons I think they have. One is a storm season, another is summer all the time. It's only 2 seasons. They don't enjoy the fall colors, snow. These things are not there for them. They cannot enjoy that. But 4 seasons are there. The rainy season, when it comes, when it rains, we all be joyous. There is a great joy. Children all out playing in the rain. First rain comes, what happened? The earth also bring out the beautiful fragrance of the mud. So it cheer you up and make your heart enjoy. And the same thing, when our heart become dry, when you live in a certain situation in life, most of us, especially in this country, you have come far away from our country. And when you live here continuously, what happened? You become like a robot, isn't it? That's our children also become a robot. They are another version of AI now it will become. So this mind becomes so barren, dry, no emotion. Children also growing up here, you can see, it seems they have no emotion. They are very matter-of-fact thinking, logical thinking, matter-of-fact thinking. So, Dad, it is your problem, don't tell me. They have no emotion at all. So, you also become like that when you live. So, when the mind becomes dry, what is necessary is a little drop of love. That love is there, your mind feel happy. So this is what Bhagavan is telling here. So Tulsidaji says that Rama Bhakti is like a rainy season too, and the devotees are the crops. The 2 letters Ra and Ma are the 2 main months, Shravana Mas and Bhadrapad. So that is equivalent to July, August. So this bhakti in Puranas, it is said the Devatas and Asuras churned the milky ocean and they got the nectar. And when they shared, so Devatas got it, although Asuras took it over. But then finally with Bhagavan's grace, Devatas got it. Even after drinking the nectar, they won over the Asuras, but still they were miserable. So even after drinking nectar, what is the advantage? They live longer life. For what? Suffering. So longer suffering, that is all. But the suffering will not go. That is why in what do you call Gopika Geetam, in Bhagavatam there is a Gopika Geetam. There the Gopika says, Tava Kathamritam Tapta Jivanam. Gopika says, your Katha, O Lord, listening to your Katha is like Amrutam. That is, this Amrita is completely different. It is not like the ordinary Amrit. This one is the one that can remove all our afflictions. So, there are 5 kinds of affliction. Yoga Shastra talks about it. One is called ignorance, ajnanam. Then comes ahankara. Third one is raga and dvesha. Fourth one is dvesha. Fifth one is called abhinivesha. That is called the abhinivesha, means too attached to our body, fear of death, etc. So these are the 5 levels of afflictions. So when you are ignorant about something, you suffer. Suppose you go to a doctor, you have some palpitation or something, heart murmuring, etc. You go to a doctor. What they do? They send you for all kinds of tests, isn't it? because of insurance purposes, they have to do that. The doctor knows when they look at you, they know already your problem. But they will deliberately send you to all these tests. Then the test result will not come immediately. It takes a week at least. During that week, what is your condition? You don't know what is the problem. So that anxiety will be there. Heart attack will come. So during the night you sleep also, you tell your wife, please wake me up if I have any problem. Don't sleep. Like that. So she cannot sleep, you cannot sleep. So that condition. But once that office, the doctor's office, the nurse called you and said, so we went through the test. It is nothing. It is only some gas trouble. That is all. When you hear that, only that news you hear, what happened? What a relief, isn't it? You don't have to take any medicine. But that particular news you hear, the release. So in ignorance, we suffer. Then the second one is ignorant created what? Ego, ahankara. This ahankara is the one who creates problem. This is the Tarakasura. He is creating so much problem for us. Every suffering that we analyze, you go to the bottom of it, it is all because of our ego. This ego will create, expression of ego is what? I like this, I don't like this. Ragat, Dvesha. These are the two. So Ragat, Dvesha will condition you. If I like this, if that the problem is, Ragat, Dvesha is not a problem. But the problem here is what? Whatever you like, you don't get it. Whatever you don't like, that comes to you. That is where the problem is. It is like the nature is teasing you. It looks like the nature has got, our niyati has got as though a good laugh on our cost, isn't it? So think about it. Suppose you say, I don't want to see this person today. I don't want to see him. And you innocently go to the shopping mall, that man is standing there. Hello, how are you? Now look. So this is the situation. So anything, Ragatvesha is the problem. Our reaction to it and our life also, you can see that whatever you want, you won't get it. Whatever you don't want, it comes to you, run after you as though. This is our problem. And then fifth problem is abhinivesha, that is the fear of death. So these afflictions, Bhagavan says here that can be removed by Bhagavat Bhakti. So Bhakti has this great solace that it removes all your afflictions. Now with that introduction, we go to the first verse. Namaste Ramachandraya Suhrde Sarvadehinam Anughranveshva Nishpatye Sudha Bhakter Himam Prabho. Namaha Te. Salutations unto you. To who? Ramachandraya. Unto Sri Ramachandraya. Ramachandra, who is a Suhrdaha. Suhrde. To the friend of all being. Bhagavan is the friend of all being. Bhagavan said that in the 5th chapter, end of 5th chapter. Suhrdam sarvabhutanam jnatva mam shantim richati. 5th chapter ending, Bhagavan said that. So he is the best friend. Who is the best friend? The one who is always with you. He's called best friend. Not that friend when you are in trouble, he leaves you. When everything is okay, he is with you. He is not a good friend. But Bhagavan is the best friend because he is always with you. So Lord, this Ramachandraji is a friend of all being. Prabhu, O Lord, Mam Anukrinvishwa, please bless me. Bhaktehe Sudha Nishpatyehe, for the accomplishment of the nectar of devotion. Now he is going to write this nectar of devotion, Bhakti Sudha. For that, what the author here, Guruji, want is Bhagavan's blessings. So he is invoking what? That Bhagavan who is a friend of all. That friendliness. So there are different kinds of bhakti. We will see that later. But different kinds of bhaktis are there. One of the greatest bhakti is Sakhya Bhakti. So here he is invoking that Sakhya Bhava, friendship of Bhagavan. So, what is that we want in our life? There are Chaturvida Purusharthas: Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Now that is what being said here. Dharmartha Kama Moksha hi Purushartha Chaturvidha Tebhya Shreshtatara Bhakti Mata Bhagavadottamaihi. So what he is trying to say is, among all the Chaturvida Purusharthas, Bhakti is Shreshtaha. Shreshtatara, superlatives used here. Shreshtatara, devotion is superior. Now what are the four Chaturvida Purusharthas? Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Now each one he is going to describe in the following verses. So Dharma is, simple meaning here is acquiring merits. Dharma has got so many other meanings, but simple meaning is acquiring merits. See, Artha, Kama is the pursuit of everybody. Artha means wealth. Kama means enjoyment. So, when we say Kama and Artha and Kama is 98% of people, we are pursuing that. Why are we here in the pursuit of Artha? But that it should be dharmic. The pursuit of Arthakama should be dharmic. Put first. So Dharma, Artha, Kama. And Moksha. Last is Moksha. And then, but real bhaktas, they consider more than Moksha, devotion is superior. Especially Hanumanji, Naradji, Prahlada, all of them consider devotion is superior even to moksha. We'll tell you the difference. We'll come to that. Now he's developing the thought slowly. Now the third verse. Punyarupotra vai dharmaha sakamas surga prapakaha punyasya tannasha tasmannim buddha. Here, dharma, punya rupa, is in the form of righteous merits. So, sakamaha, earned through desire prompted meritorious deeds. What is the result of it? Surga prapagaha, which lead one to heaven. Punyasya chayat, but on exhaustion of merit, tat nashaha, it perishes. Tasmat, therefore, Buddha, wise people, tam na icchanti, do not desire it. Now, dharma mean merit one can gain through punya karmas. What are the punya karmas? Rituals are there. There are different kinds of rituals are there. Or social work also. Vapi tu kupak tatakati. So suppose there are annakshetras you make, or you do some putting some wells, etc., for people to take water, or anadashram, social service. These are all meritorious deeds. If these meritorious deeds you do, then what happened as a result of your punya? This is the argument of Karma Canadensis. The first portion of Veda, Karma Canadensis, they argue that there are certain karmas which give you eternal result. So since it gives you eternal result, you can get eternal heaven. So this is their argument. This eternal heaven is not a new thing introduced by the Christianity. It is there in our Shastra also. This eternal heaven, they argue, because they say that suppose a place there is no water, and this person go and dig a well there and supply for everybody water in that village. Let us say so many well he built, tube wells he'll make, and then everybody get water. Afterwards, this person die and go away. The punya gained by that person make him go to heaven, isn't it? Now, even though the punya is limited for him, but as long as these people are taking water from it and benefiting from it, he will continue to be in heaven. This is the argument. Now, Shankaracharya refutes this argument, saying that how long that well lasts. Suppose earthquake comes or some other calamity come, then what happened? The whole well will go. And suppose the well dry up also, what you will do? Then again, it is a problem. So it is limited. Whatever be the action, how noble the action may be, action being limited, the result also will be limited. It cannot give you infinite result. This is the argument. So people, so here Swamiji is pointing out that this dharma, punya karmas, however noble it is, it will give you it will take you to heaven. That is all right. But there are people who fast here thinking that they can go to heaven and enjoy there. Here they go fasting. There they want to enjoy, isn't it? So the heavenly food will be there, it seems. So that is how people do. But that is what? That is also limited. So punya rupotra vai dharma sakama surga prapagaha kshayat punyasya tannashaha tasman na icchanti tam buddhaha. So therefore, wise people don't long for going to heaven because Chine Punye Martelokam Vishanti. So once that Punya is over, we will come back. It is something like going for a holiday. So you people take a vacation to Bahamas and all that. There are rides, right? The boats and all going. Ships are going. Shipload of people go. But how long you will stay? And that holiday place, suppose you go there and then you go to this, what do you call, gambling place, slotting machine, and you spend all your money, then what happened? Immediately next, you come back, isn't it? You shorten your trip and come back. Isn't it? Why? Money is finished. So the same way in heaven also, your punya is over. Ruthlessly, they say, they will throw you out. Yeah, because you cannot, see, in heaven, the immigration department is very strict there. You cannot pick up a job there and continue, apply for a residency and continue there. That provision is not there in heaven. Shine punye martelokam vishanti. That is the point. Now, how to get out of that? Now, Swami is telling, Manashuddhi karo dharmo nishkamo yoga sadhaka ardhakama ubhau loke kevalau bhogadayagau. Dharma nishkamaha. So dharma, this punya karmas practice nishkamaha, without selfish desires. That's why when you make a sankalpa before doing puja, mama upata samasta duridakshayadvara Sri Parameshwara Prityartham. This is a sankalpa. So, mama upata samasta duridakshayadvara Sri Parameshwara Prityartham. So, I am performing this puja or worship for removing my papas, which I have committed knowingly, unknowingly in my past many lives. You don't know which life. This life itself we have done, but past life we must have done many. How many lives we have gone through that also we don't know. So these papas should be removed. At least some of it will go. And this is the idea. Not everything will go, but at least some of it will go. And for pleasing Bhagavan, I am performing this puja or worship. This is a sankalpa. But then what happened? Added to that, the Panditji will tell you, then they will add some desire also. Ishtakamyartha siddhyartham. So whatever your ishtakama, your desire is there for what is that welfare of your family, or if you want to get a promotion, or if you want to get something, so some other thing. So there is a big list. Sometimes they have a big list. So they say ye what is grahaha. So those grahas, they should be properly placed in my favor. So Bhagavan has no other work. You see, he has to he has to place all the grahas according to your favor. So even if they are looking at each other wrongly, but make it proper. So these are the requests that we make. And this is called desire prompted activity. But whereas you simply stop there, what is that? Duridakshet dwara parameshwara prityartham. There you stop. It is what happened. We are requesting Bhagavan, please be pleased so that my durita will go. Let it be removed. And there is no other desires. So then this is one type of the puja or worship or punya karma, dharmic activities. But there are a step further also, because this is my duty to worship the Lord. So appreciating the nature of Lord, it is our duty to worship Him because He has provided everything for us. Think about it. Whatever that we want in our life, Bhagavan has provided free. There was an old man. He went to a hospital, and after 5 days of hospital stay, when he was checked out, he was given a bill for $5,000. And when he looked at the bill, and the bill is written that for $5,000 he was charged for using that oxygen machine. He started crying. So the doctors thought that this old man cannot afford to pay $5,000. That's why he's crying. He said, no, don't worry. We'll arrange installment pay. You don't have to, if you cannot pay now, we will arrange it that way. Don't worry. They tried to console him. The old man said, I'm not crying for that. I can pay the money. But I am thinking about that, Lord, you have charged me for 5 days using oxygen. Now I have been, the Bhagavan has provided for me 93 years oxygen free. How indebted I am to that Lord. Thinking about it, I am crying, he says. So think about it. The Lord has provided everything for us. Is it not? The space that you are occupying, it is free, isn't it? Otherwise, you have to pay for whatever space you are occupying. What will happen to us? We will be bankrupt, isn't it? Then, what is that? This oxygen that we are breathing, it is also free. If the oxygen level goes down, it's a problem. But it is maintained beautifully. That system also is not our creation. See, that balancing everything. Doctors are wondering what is that technique, that is that mechanism which maintains everything. If one thing goes up and down, we become sick, isn't it? This is a wonder. And the food that we are eating, once it is disappeared through the mouth, what happened to it, we don't know. It is not in our control. That also Bhagavan take care of it. The heart is pumping continuously. That is also Bhagavan made it automatic. isn't it? If it was given to you to pump heart every day, so what will happen? Why Swamiji every day pump? One day chutti. No. So when a person appreciates this, he can't but worship the Lord. It is not that he is expecting anything. You have given me everything. At least let me thank you. So this is the gratitude, expression of gratitude. That is called nishkama karma. So that is what that manashuddhi, which will purify our mind. Manashuddhikaraha, dharmaha, nishkamaha, yoga sadhakaha. Yoga sadhaka means helpful in any yoga, whether it is karma yoga or bhakti yoga or ashtanga yoga or jnana marga. So what is that? Manashuddhi. What is the manashuddhi? Say our mind is impure because of raga dvesha. Impurity of the mind is raga dvesha. Now you go home and make a list. What all the things I like? What are the things I don't like? Make a list. You see, the list will go on. One day you will not be able to finish it. So it will keep on adding. Isn't it? What all things I like? What all things I don't like? Then you know how much we are dependent upon those objects for our likes and dislikes. So we have to see purity of mind we are talking about, okay? So how to purify our mind is a very important topic, because to the extent our mind is neutralized, ragadveshas are neutralized, to that extent our mind is pure. Now, why should I purify my mind? Let me have my ragadvesha. If you say, then what happened? We go far, far away from the Lord. The distance will be a big gap. So that is why purity of mind is very important, because purer the mind, reflection of consciousness become clearer. That is the idea. Now, so there are so many methods are there to purify our mind. One is karma yoga, which Bhagavan talked about in Bhagavad Gita, 3rd chapter, 4th chapter, 5th chapter. All the 3 chapters are karma yoga in different levels. Now, one is manashuddhikaro dharmo nishkamo yoga sadaha arthakama ubhau loke kevalo bhogadayakau. Then what is that? Arthakamaha ubhau, both artha and kama. So one is dharma, another is artha. Artha means money. Because fundamental thing that everybody wants is food, shelter, clothing, recreation, isn't it? These are the basic things. Suppose a person is poor. At that time, you go and tell him that artham anartham bhavaya nityam nasti tava sukha leshas satyam. putradapi bhajam bhiti sarvatraika bhitariti. Suppose you go and tell that wealth is calamitous. If you tell a poor man, he will say, you are rich, that is why you are telling. No, he will not understand. The basic thing that he should have wealth. So at that time, go and talk philosophy to him. He will throw stone at you. And for him, what is necessary is wealth. Give him wealth. Show him that if you can help him, show him that. But once he get that wealth and become prosper, then he understands the limitation of it. Why? In all material pleasures, there are 3 problems. All worldly pleasures, only 3 problems. One is what? Dukkha Mishritatva. All our pleasures are mixed with Sukham and Dukkham, isn't it? Our Gurudev used to say, it is something like eating chocolate with a wrapper. Because sometimes the wrapper comes so nicely, you think that it is also part of chocolate and you start putting it inside. Then you realize it is a paper. So all our pleasures are mixed with Dukkham and Sukham. So Dukkha Mishritatvam is the first problem. This we have to recognize. Second problem is Atriptikaratvam. However much we enjoy, we'll never stop, isn't it? Najadu kama kamanam upabhogena shamyati. In Mahabharata, it is said by Yayati. He says, Najadu kama kamanam upabhogena shamyati. Yayati was a great king. He married the Devayani, and then what happened? He fell in love with a princess, and he had 2 sons. Devayani also had 2 sons. And when Shukracharya heard this king has got another girl, he got angry, cursed him, saying that you become old. Then Yadi went and told, if I become old, it is problem for your daughter only. She will suffer. He said, oh, that is right. Then Shapa Moksha he gave, saying that if any of your son accept it, then you can exchange it. Exchange your old age to youth. He went and asked everybody, Yadu. That's why he cursed Yadus, you become poor. That's why Yadu Vamsha. That's why Bhagavan Krishna thought that I want to uplift this Yadu Vamsha. So that's why he was born in Yadu Vamsha. So then the last son, Puru, he was the one who accepted, okay, serving my father is the greatest noble act. So he said, I will exchange. So he exchanged his youth to his father, and father became young again, and then this Puru became old, young boy became old. And he continued to enjoy all pleasures. Finally, looking at his son, he felt bad. And he said, this sense pleasures, you never get satisfied. However much you enjoy, still you want more, isn't it? So that's why Angam Galitam Palitam Tundam Dashana Vihinam Jatam Tundam. Vruddhoyadi grihitva dandam tatapina munchati asha pindam. Old man, toothless mouth, but still he wanted to enjoy that parippu vadai, amavadai, dal vadai. How can, toothless person, dal vadai, how can he? So he will put it, soak it in rasam and then make it soft and then he takes it. Isn't it? Because still that asha has not gone. Same way. So this is called atripti karatvam. So first dosham is what? Dukkha mishridatvam. Second one was atripti karatvam. Third problem is what? Bandhana karakatvam. It binds you. Bandhanam. See, the joy is short-lived, but the bondage is lifetime. People who are smoking, they can think that joy of smoking. People who are smokers, they know. But what happened? That bondage, isn't it? That it become an addiction. That addiction become what? Lifelong. So alcohol, drinks, drugs, all those things, what happened? It may give you a subtle relief in the beginning, but then what happened? It became a lifelong addiction. So any pleasure is like that. So dukkha mishritatvam, then what you call atripti karatvam. That is the most problematic. And bandhana karakatvam. These are the three problems in every sense pleasure. But here we are talking about artha. Artha means wealth. Wealth, we think that it will give you security. Old age. What is the security? We have put enough money in the bank, stocks, market. But we think that money in the bank is secure. But what happened? The bank itself go bankrupt. Then what to do? It is not security place. The real security is Bhagavan. That we forget. But we think that this money will give you security. This is what we want all the time, isn't it? So when you come to this hall, first thing, when you came to this camp also, first thing what you did, where is my room? Kahan hai? And unload your package, everything there and settle down. Then next question is what? Where is the restaurant? Where is the, what you call, dining hall? Food. Once food and all over, then you know, what is the program? So this is natural. You cannot complain. This is the natural. Everywhere you go, first security. So artha is for security. But what gives you security? Everybody has got different way of thinking. Some people think that money give you security. Some people that invest that money into real estate that give you security. Then that money also, what different way they will distribute it and keep it secure. That is artha. Then once you have enough money, then what happened? You want to show, isn't it? That's why you big bungalow they build. So many rooms. I went to some house. There are only 2 people are there. The house is so big. There are 28 rooms. I am not joking. You go to this Florida and other places, and they have lakes, and surrounding the lake there are houses. Big rich people have built it. They have boat also. Everybody has got a boat. And they what do? They sit lie down on the boat, and the boat is going, and this person is lying down there and getting cooked there. Barbecue. They are wonderful sight. These are all enjoyment, you see. How can two people live in 28 rooms? What is this? But that is the way. They want to joke. Then they throw parties. Throw party means what? In English also it is throwing party. Useless ityartha. But anyway. but anyway, but they throw party. Why? Just to show off your prosperity. Isn't it? And then they will take you a tour of the house. And they will explain every item that they bought from where. These are all, I am not telling, these are all first-hand experience I am telling. I suffered this many times. Recently, I was in Naples, Florida. That is a famous place for all this luxurious life. So there, they took me to this house and they were showing me from where they got this carpet, from where they bought this furniture, and where they got this bed. And I commented also the bed is very good. That was a mistake. I had to hear about the history of that bed for the half an hour. How it is made, from where it is made, how comfortable it is, etc. So, so this is called kamaha, enjoyment. And these people have got theater in their house. Oh, all kinds of movies are played there. Swamiji, what movie you want to see? It doesn't matter to me. Anyone is fine. Because I don't see it. Even though it is playing, I don't see it. My mind goes somewhere else. Anyway, so this is called kamaha. So artha is for security and kama. And for that sake, if you do dharma. So this discussion is there in Bhagavatam. It's very beautifully discussed. If dharma is practiced for artha kama, that is not correct. Dharma not for artha or kama. Artha means wealth. Kama means entertainment, enjoyment. So, wealth is to be used for dharma, not for kama. You got the point? Wealth is to be used for punya karmas. And dharma is to be used for what? Moksha. So all our punya karmas is to be directed towards what? Purifying the mind, gaining moksha. This is the process. That's very beautifully discussed in Bhagavatam. The first canto itself, it is discussed. Okay. Continuing. So, dedicated, selfless activities, whether it is religious activities or material activities, if it is selflessly conducted for the sake of Bhagavan, offering as an offering to the Lord, then it will purify our mind. The purity of mind is the one that take you closer to the Lord. Therefore, that is considered nobler. That is the point. Ishwararpitam nechaya kritam chitta shotakam mukti sadhakam. So Ramana Maharshi in his Udesa Saram gave that. First he says, what is karma? Karturajnaya prapyate phalam. Karma kim param karma tajjatam. Kritimaho tato patana karanam. Phalamashashvatam gati nirodhakam. Ishwararpitam nechaya kritam chitta shodhakam mukti sadhakam. What is karma? So at the command of Bhagavan alone, kartuhu ajnaya phalam prapyate. The command of Lord alone, result of action will come. Jatam karma, the inert action, how can it take you to the Supreme? Karma being limited, how can it take you to infinite? If you forget this, kriti maha utati patana karanam, the ocean of karma, because karma will give you result. To enjoy that result, you have to take a birth. In that birth also you do more karma. To enjoy that, you have to take another birth. So this goes on. This is called Maha Utati Patana Karanam. Why? Phalam Ashashvatam. This result of any action, however noble it is limited. Gati Nirodhakam. It takes you away from moksha, Paramatma. Then what is to be done? Ishwararpitam na ichchaya kritam. So before every activity, whatever you are doing, remember the Lord and do it. This is it there in our culture. If you build a house, before entering the house, what do? We do Griha Pravesha Puja, isn't it? Ganesha Puja or Ganapati Homam or Vastu Shanti, etc. We do it. We offer to the Lord first. Then we enter, isn't it? So even if you in India, even if you want to sit in the auto morning, if you say first time you are sitting, that rickshawala, before praying, he will not take that rickshaw. He will show some agarbatti, he will do some prayer, whatever he knows, he will do in Tamil or Malayalam, whatever language he knows, you do it. Then only he will take that vehicle. So these are all in our culture. But we have become what we call westernized. So what happened? We have forgotten all that. So when you go to the office, before starting your work, think of Bhagavan. Okay, oh Lord. Just think of whatever way you can think. It doesn't have to be in English. Bhagavan understands all languages. He doesn't need any interpreter. Whatever language you can pray. And start. Then closing the day also, think of him. So this is what Ishwararpitam. Generally we think that, suppose I offer everything to Bhagavan, what do I get? Arey bhai, he doesn't want anything from you. In fact, what you can give it to him, really speaking. Everything that now we are offering flower to him. Flower, did you make it? Fruit we are offering. Fruit, did you make it? You put some water, that is all, isn't it? The nature does the work 90%. And we have the pride, Swamiji, this is from my own garden. What garden? So, Ishwararpitam na ichchaya kritam. Chitta shodhakam. So that purify your mind. What mukti sadhakam he says. The purified mind is not enough. It will help you to attain moksha. The sadhakam. Continuing. Muktirvai mochanam vidhi. Jara marana samsridai. Vilakshana hi bhaktistu. Shuddha prema rasatmika. Understand why indeed vidhi, understand muktihi, liberation, jara marana samsridehe mochanam. What is mukti? Release from the cycle of old age and death. That is called mukti. To our bhakti, devotion, he indeed, vilakshana, is unique. Shuddha prema rasatmika, of the nature of blissful, pure love. So, moksha, the desire prompted activities will take you to different places of enjoyment, like heaven, etc. Suppose you have a desire to dine out. Then what happened? You have to wear proper dress and all that. You have to go to the restaurant. Okay, there are places, if you're not properly dressed, they will not allow you. And these desire prompted activities will leave an impression in the mind. They are called vasanas. And all our activities today is an expression of our vasanas. How you behave outside, how you react to situation, all dependent upon our vasanas. Why you like certain things, why you don't like certain things, also our vasanas. That's why we have breakfast. Different items are there, isn't it? Pongal. Then what is that? Bagel. Then what is that? Another one? Pancake. Now, there are people who eat all the three, but that is that is different. But anyway, मिलता है पैसा दिया है मिलता है चलता है लगाओ. I don't know, when people come to the camp, they feel more hungry than usual. And I have noticed that sometime before we used to ask opinion. What do your remark or your opinion is very valuable. Please give us your opinion. Everybody talk about food only. Swamiji, coffee should be there running. Nobody talks about how was the lecture. Chalta hai. So, this vasanas, the expression of vasanas, different way. You will see. So, I will give you a break. Your vasana can be expressed now. I think tea has come. So, we'll take a break. Huh? 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
Shini Namaha.
Hari Om. Thank you for coming back. We are on the 5th verse. Muktirvai mochanam vidhi jara marana samsridai vilakshana hi bhaktistu Shuddha prema rasatmika. So moksha is liberation from birth and death. That is the definition. But when it comes to a bhakta, bhakta is not interested in even moksha. Why? Because he says moksha is one with Bhagavan. उसमें मजा नहीं है. So Tukaram Ji Maharaj used to say, I don't want to become sugar. I want to enjoy sugar. Same here also. Real bhaktas like Prahlada, Mirabai, and our Hanumanji. Hanumanji was given position of Brahmaji. So he was promoted to Brahmaji. Hanumanji said, I don't want that position. It is not a very good one. Always creating and problems also. Creation department, production department, I don't want to be the head. I want to sing Bhagavan's name and enjoy. That's what. So that's why in Ramayana there is a portion where Bharata, when he was taking a dip in Prayag, he was praying to Gangaji, say, Arthana dharmana kamaruchi Getina chahu nirbana Janama janama rati ramapata Yaha varadhanuna. So I don't want artha, kama, even moksha. Janama, janama, whatever be my birth, it doesn't matter. I am not afraid of birth. But one request is that, oh Lord, give me Rama Bhakti. Even if I become a tree, let us say next Janma I become a tree, let Ramchandraji come and sit under me. Even if I become a mosquito, let me sit on Bhagavan. Even if I become a flower, let it reach the feet of Lord. This was his thinking. So Bhakti has got that rasa, joy. Because all bhaktas are always intoxicated with joy. They think of Bhagavan, they forget themselves. That was said. There are later on also we'll see there are different kinds of bhakti also there. We'll see that. So what he is trying to say here is that the one who want to get out of this. So we saw Vishayas, Bhogas, we have three problems. One is dukkha samishritatvam, atriptikaratvam, and bandhana karanakatvam. So these are the three problems. Naturally, a wise person will ask, is there anything better than that? Is there anything free from these three problems? Natural question is that. And yes, our Shastra says there is something called moksha, free from all these three defects. So, what is that state? That state is called moksha. Now, what is moksha? Generally, people think that moksha means we have to, there are different schools of thoughts are there. So, bhaktas will think that going to Vaikuntha is moksha. Shiva Bhaktas will think that going to Kailasa is moksha. But as long as you develop what is that, you maintain duality, then moksha is not possible. Moksha from what? Fear, anxiety, sorrow. This will not be possible as long as you keep duality. I am different from the Lord. If you keep, then what happened? Even if you go to Kailas, then what happened? Bhagavan is sitting there, you are sitting here, and in between a Nandi is there. You feel, I can't see him properly. So this problem will be there. Or there are crowds are there. So a big gigantic person sit in front of you, you will block your vision. That also a problem. Or you will consider that I am not closer to him, I am far away from him. And all these difficulties will be there. That's why there also there are division. What is that? The Salokya, then Samipya, then Sarupya, then Sayujya. There are 4 levels of moksha is there. One is citizenship in Vaikuntha, the Salokya. Then Samipya, you go closer to Bhagavan. Dwarapalas, etc., they're all like Jaya Vijaya, Dwarapala, they are closer to Bhagavan. Then you become Sarupya, mean exactly like Bhagavan. You look same uniform. Shankha Chakra Gadadhari, Pidambardhari. Then how do you recognize Bhagavan from these Parshadas? Lakshmi will not be there. Lakshmi only Bhagavan, but others will not have. They have uniform, but they are not, Lakshmi is not there. That's how you recognize. Then comes Sarupya, you one with the Lord. So these are the things. So even then, that one with the Lord also, you become part of Lord. That is called Vishishtadvaita, says that you are part of Lord. You cannot be Lord. You will be part of Lord. Like your hand cannot be the face, face cannot be the leg, leg cannot be the head, like that. Part of Lord. So these are the different versions are there. But real moksha, according to Vedanta, is that moksha is not something that you have to gain in time. Anything that you gain in time is subject to destruction. Time bound any gain, whatever it is, however exalted. You may be a billionaire, but then also you know what happened to our Elon Musk? Billionaire, but suddenly Tesla going down now, isn't it? And he lost one lot of money in the stock, the what you call, because of the tariff things. Then overnight he lost money. So whatever be your gain is, there is always, it is subject to destruction. Yadrishyam tannashyam. Anything that you see, it is time bound, it will be destroyed. Therefore, if you say moksha is also, I have to gain in time, then what happened? That moksha is temporary. It is something like you're all now, you're forced to sit here, isn't it? Because children are in the class and you have no other job to do. So anyway, let me see what Swami says. You're sitting here. But after 12 o'clock, I say, Purnamada, Purnamidam. What? Moksha. This is temporary moksha. This is not permanent moksha. So moksha is not something that you have to gain or you have to reach in time. If you say, after this thing, I will reach what? Moksha. That is also not correct. Then what is moksha? If state of moksha is infinite, it has been there with you already. In fact, all of you are in reality moksha purusha. Then what is the problem? I don't know it. That is not the problem. Then what is the solution? Know it. That is the solution. So we have to own it. This owning up our real nature, that is freedom. That real freedom. I am in reality free from what? Wants. Free from everything that we ask for. What is that we ask for? I want to live a day more, isn't it? This is what everybody wants. Nobody is ready to die today. Even if you are 99 years, he will tell also, Marna hi acha hai. But if you tell him, Uncle, can I help you? But then he will say, not today, tomorrow. This is our basic problem. We want to live a day more, isn't it? Then we want to know everything. Nobody wants to be ignorant. Why we watch the TV, CNN, cable news, etc., YouTube. What is that? Palki Sharma, her news. Everybody watches. So why? because we want to know what is going on. Nobody want to brook ignorance. And also, we want to be happy. Not happy temporarily, we want to be happy all the time. In spite of whatever happens around, I want to be happy. That is what we want. So, our scripture says, all the three that you are looking for in life, this is not something that you picked up. This is what you are born with. This desire for a long life, eternal life, we are born with. The desire for knowing everything, we are born with. The desire for permanent happiness, we are born with. Anything that you are born with, in nature, you should have a solution. Therefore, so our scripture says, all the three that you are seeking, that is your real nature. Discover it and own it. That is the whole goal of life. So this realization that what I want, I already have. I am full, complete. I don't need anything. This realization has to take place, and that is what the scriptures are screaming at the top of their voice. And all our scriptures, there are 120 Upanishads are there, all of them talking about the same thing. It is not something different. All of them different language they speak, but all of them are bottom line is what? This. So this is called Siddhasya Siddham. That which is already gained, you gain. Asiddhasya Siddham, that which you don't have, you want to gain. That is worldly things. But what is moksha? Siddhasya Siddham. That which you already have, already you are born with it. Own it. Realize it. This is called moksha. Now, here what is that? You realize that I am that Paramatma, Satchidananda Swarupa Atma. This you realize the meaning of the word aham, I. So when we talk about I, we always use the platform of body or mind or intellect. These are the three levels. We use our ego, ahankara, I. But the real meaning of I is not ahankara. Ahankara is what? Reflected consciousness. The reflected consciousness took over our life. Actually, reflection is possible only when Bimba is there. Pratibimba is possible only when Bimba is there. So that Bimba is forgotten. Pratibimba took charge of our life. That is called ego. And that has to reverse. This reversing process is called inquiry, jnana marga. Finally, one discover that what I am seeking is not something outside. What I am seeking is myself. So this realization has to take place, and that ends you, take you to moksha. Moksha means what? Freedom from all bondages. That doesn't mean that you should not have people around you. You should not have wife or children or family or anything. That is not what it is. All our rishis, olden time, they were all happily married people. They also had children, etc. Vyasa Bhagavan was married. And he had one son also, Shuka Maharshi. Like that, if you look at those rishis, Vasishtha Rishi had 100 children. Okay. Shakti was one of the famous child, and his son was Parashara. Parashara's son was Vyasa. Vyasa's son was Shuka. But to that ends there, okay. Then afterwards, all Sannyasi Parampara, Gaudamadacharya, then Govindavacharya, Shankaracharya, they're all Sannyasa Parampara. Up to that, Rishi Parampara, they're all married. So it is not that you have to give up everything, but what is more important is what your dependence has to be. This is called moksha. Now, here Swami says here that bhakti is even superior to this. Because in moksha, what happened? You become one with Paramatma. You realize it. Then what is bhakti? The joy you experience is called bhakti. Once you realize that, what is that? I am that Paramatma. Then how you express it? In the form of devotion. Then what happens? You look at the world, it is an admiration. It is a wonder. And your expression of that knowledge, that realization is in the form of bhakti, one of devotion. Therefore, it is the very joy of realization. It's called bhakti. Ishware paramam prema. Bhakti vidiyate. Asaktir vishaya prema. Dehadara grihadishu. Ishware paramam prema. Narada Bhakti Sutra says the definition of devotion is called Parama Prema Swarupa Bhakti. So Ishware Param Prema, supreme love for Lord is called devotion. Whereas love for objects, one's body, wife, and house, etc., is called attachment. Asakti Vishaya Prema Deha Grihadishu. So, Parama Prema Swarupa Bhakti. See, this Bhakti is also, there are 3 levels. One is called Asakti Bhakti. Then Sneha Bhakti. Then Parama Prema Bhakti. 3 levels. You will understand this with an example. Okay, I will give you an example. Just got married. Think about your own nation. Just honeymoon over. The husband is attached to wife, wife is attached to husband, isn't it? So much so that the moment he go to the office, he'll call you. What are you doing? What I am doing, you just now went and took a bath. I just call. And wherever you take her, he is looking at you to whom you are talking. Why are you talking to him? Like this always. It's called Asakti Bhakti. Infatuation. Totally devoted to that particular person. Nothing other than that. This is the beginning of Bhakti, first stage. You can see that the fanatics, religious fanatics are in that particular level, Asakti Bhakti. Because whatever I worship, that alone is real. Everything else is blasphemy. So even if I have to kill somebody for that, it doesn't matter. They consider it is a noble action. Think about it. Because they are so fanatic. Called Asakti Bhakti. Then the next level is called Sneha Bhakti. Everybody, all bhaktas are my family. That is the thinking. So after second level is 20 years of your marriage. If that girl, your wife, is talking to somebody, he doesn't care. किधर जाएंगे? बच्चों के माँ है. Where she will go? You are relaxed. Doesn't matter. Let her talk to anybody. Finally, तो आ जाएगा अपने पास. This kind of a relaxed, with accommodation. So where this bhakta is able to accommodate all bhaktas because they are all devotees of God. It doesn't matter. You are devoted to this God or that God, doesn't matter. He is a devotee. So the accommodation comes to you. That little large-heartedness. And the third level is what? After 50 years of marriage, what happens? You are not reached there, right? Yeah, one mind, two bodies. So much of synchronization. The old man think of having a cup of tea, she will make it and bring. He doesn't have to say. She knows. One look, the wife understands what the husband wants. I hope you have not experienced that yet. Even after telling 10 times, Swami, I don't get it. एक कप चाय बोल के कितना टाइम हो गया. That is a state now, but you wait 50 years, you see. But is that oneness? There is no difference. That total synchronization. Same thing what? That is called Prema Bhakti. Parama Prema Swarupa Bhakti. That is considered real love. Because in that very love itself, there is a fulfillment, satisfaction. It is like your love for your children, for your own experience. You are not expecting. It is not that old age, लाठी बन जाएंगे. People बोलते हैं बुढ़े पर में लाठी बन जाए. तो क्या होता है आज? वो तो सच पे लाठी बन जाता है. No. They support you and all that. That expectation is not there. Because it's a pure selfless love. That is why in our culture it is called Kanyadanam. Say, why it is called Kanyadanam is considered the greatest Danam. And the phalam, this priest, when they chant mantras, Kanyadana mantras, it is said that the phalam, the result of Kanyadanam is Brahmaloka Prapti. Nobody listen to it nowadays because, that poor priest and that their girl couple sit there in the platform and all other people are having, distributing what drinks and things like that. They are chatting. Nobody listen to it. And that boy and girl, they are what you call poor. They have no choice. They have to listen to it. But actually, if you listen to the mantras, it is so beautiful. Why it is called the Punya Karma? Because that girl is brought up by the parents, and when that child is given as a gift to the husband, there is no expectation from the father or mother from the child. It is the most selfless dhanam. Every dhanam we have expectation, isn't it? At least receipt should be there. So IRS I can claim. So this expectation is there, isn't it? Some expectation. Or I will get punya, etc. These are also there. But here in this particular act of dhanam, there is no expectation. Therefore, it is considered most sacred. So, Ishware Paramam Premaha. So, this Parama Prema Sarupa Bhakti means what? That very love itself is a fulfillment. It is not that getting reward, I am fulfilled. No. The very love itself is a reward. That is considered Parama Prema Sarupa Bhakti. But Asakti Vishaya Premaha. All Vishaya Premas, love for Vishayas. He gives an example here. What is that? The Deha Dara Grihadishu. Putradara Grihadishu is an idiom they use in Sanskrit. There are children, wife, house. People are attached to house, isn't it? If one nail is put there, you think that they put nail on them. That much attachment is there. Putradara Grihadishu. And Dara means wife. And that doesn't mean we are not telling you don't have wife and children and house, please. Have it. But what he says is, give up the attachment. What is attachment? Identification. Identification is called attachment. If that object is there, I am happy. If that object is not there, I am unhappy. So this is called dependence. Once you become dependent, what happens? You become weaker. Your independence is gone. That's why when you are a bachelor, you are very independent, isn't it? Wherever you want to go, take your car and go. You don't have to tell anybody. But after marriage, your independence is gone, isn't it? If you want to go somewhere, you have to tell her 24 hours in advance, isn't it? Otherwise, he will say, why you didn't tell me? Last moment, no. So that the single blessedness of a bachelor is gone. So any attachment, it is identification. This identification weakens you. That is a problem. So you can have everything, but if you are not dependent upon those objects for your happiness, then you are free inside. That inner freedom is what is required. Then you are independent. If it is there, I am happy. If it is not there also, I am happy. So this is what he's saying. So attachment is what? Asakti Vishaya Prema. He's comparing that. Whereas Ishvara Bhakti is not dependent upon any of the object in the world. Whether they are there or not, in spite, you can see this Sudama, he didn't have anything, but still he was reveling in joy. Ishvara Bhakti, because his devotion to God, Bhagavan Krishna, was so much that he never cared for it. So we love ourselves the most, isn't it? There is a conversation in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, Maitreyi Yajnavalkya Samvada. Yajnavalkya says, Atmanastu kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati. Why you love somebody? Because he says you love yourself. That is why. It may sound strange. But you look at it. Why you love this person? Because that person make you happy. The moment that person became a source of sorrow, then what happened? You look for a good lawyer. Isn't it? How to get out of it. So, atmanastu kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati. Putraha, dharaha, graham, everything, all or money, wealth, all of them become dear to you because in the presence of which I feel happier. The moment that person or that object become a source of sorrow, then you want to get out of it. That means what? We love ourselves. Why we love ourselves? Because my nature is love. My original nature is love. Then what happened? Because of our ego, it got distracted. That's why our children, little children, when they are growing up, they have pure love. That's why we like to be with them. It is a therapy. All our stress, strains, everything will disappear when you spend some time with your little child. The very same child grow up, problem. Why he develop ego? That's why little ones, when they talk, they will talk about, they will not say, they will say their name. Raja wants this, Raja sleep, Raja hungry, like that they say. Why? Because ego is not developed. After they grow up, then once they start I, then I want this, I want that comes, Ragatdvesha comes. So, when our ego is totally annihilated or removed or reduced, to the extent it is reduced, you can see the joy. The joy is not created. Any created joy is limited. That's why our Gurudev used to enjoy, this Madras coffee. After breakfast, every breakfast, he used to enjoy filtered coffee. One day he was enjoying the coffee, and suddenly he says, who said there is no joy in worldly pleasure? We never said that. He asked that question. Nobody answered. And afterwards, he finished his coffee and went to the room. He turned around and said, but it is temporary, he said. So every joy is temporary. We are not saying there is no joy in this world. It is there, but they are temporary. Adyantavanda kaunteya nateshu ramate kutaha. There is a beginning, there is an end. Therefore, this joy is not created. This ananda, which is our real nature, this is to be discovered. So, the extreme attachment to the body and our emotions are called attachment. Free from it, when you look at it, and that real joy, unadulterated joy, that is called real ananda, and that ananda is our swarupa. That is why when we are happy, nobody come and ask you. Nowadays you are so happy, I don't know why. Nobody asks you that. Suppose you are unhappy, people ask you. Why? That's not our nature. So this nature of yourself is to be reconfirmed or re-owned. And that is the process, or that is a program. And the real joy is in loving Bhagavan, because all our loving in any other thing are limited, temporary. Therefore, what is permanent in this creation is Bhagavan alone is permanent. Everything else is temporary. And understanding the temporary nature, you go ahead and love. That is no problem. It is something like watching a movie. You know it is a movie. It is not real. So even if you identify with the hero, heroine, you may cry also that time. If the heroine die, you cry. But afterwards, what happened? You come out and say, wow, she has done a very good job. Isn't it? Shah Rukh Khan did a good job. All that. So, now the supreme love is further described as ahankaram tatha swartham tektva saktim grihadishu saheshwarena tadatmyam paramam prema kathyate. These are all very disturbing verses, okay? What is that? Tektva, having renounced. Ahankaram, ego. Tatha, and swartham, selfishness. Asaktim, attachment. Where? Griha adishu, house, etc. Tadatmyam, identifying Ishwarena Saha, with the Lord. Paramam, supreme premaha kathyate. So this is called supreme prema. When you have that supreme love for the Lord comes, what happened? You give up everything. Bharata, an example in Ramayana. He was given the entire kingdom to rule. And according to the what you call 2 boons Dasharatha Maharaj has given to Kaikeyi. The first boon was Bharatas rule the kingdom. Second one was Ramchandraji has to go to forest 14 years. And according to that, Ramchandraji fulfilled his promise. 14 years. Bharata, according to that boon given to Kaikeyi, Bharata should rule the kingdom 14 years, isn't it? But what did he do? His bhakti to the Lord was so much that all that prosperity, kingdom, power, position, status, everything, he offered at the feet of Lord. That is called bhakti. What Lakshmana did, think about it. Lakshmana left his wife and went with Ramchandraji to serve him. That is bhakti. And Sita ji, what she did, giving up all luxuries of the palace. She was attended by so many sakhis to take care of her. All of them she left and went with Bhagavan to the forest. That is called bhakti. This is called, now giving up means we are not telling you to give up your wife, children, family and all that and come to ashram. No, please don't come, please. We will be in trouble. Then I will have samsaram there. I have to start cooking for food and things like serving you guys. No, don't do. What we are telling, that may you have everything. But this inner dependence is the one that is to be taken care of. So, one day, if wife doesn't cook properly, by some moods, because wife and all that, there are different moods. Because of that mood, she must be thinking that I don't know why I came to this country. I married this guy and came to this country. And whenever she go back in India, she see her friends. They are all having luxurious life. Four servants. Buying vegetable, there is a servant. Cutting vegetable, another one. Cooking, another one. Serving, another one. Like that. And chauffeur-driven car. And this lady of the house has to manage the servant. That's all. That is all her job. And then she get tired. Managing these four servants. I am not talking about you. We go, our Swamis go from here to India. Looking at the Swamis in India, we get jealous. I am not joking, it is true. Because they have so much of facilities. 2-3 servants cooking, washing, cleaning, everything. Swamiji, what? The moment he asks something, there is another person come and what can I do for you? Whereas we have to do everything. We have to drive ourselves, we have to cook ourselves, we have to clean our vessels, wash our clothes. All these things we do. There, they have separate people for that. So don't you feel jealous? So different moods, that mood, you cook, sometime what happened, it may not come properly. So when you come to the table and if you eat, doesn't matter. She may be in her moods, doesn't matter. So this attitude, once you have, you are detached. Otherwise, what happened? Everybody has got a specific need. Whereas my chai should be like this only. This much milk, this much decoction, and this much sugar, and temperature also this much. If anything goes this way or that way, upset. The whole day. People ask you, क्या हुआ? आज coffee अच्छा नहीं मिला क्या? Why? It shows on your face. So this dependence. So ahankaram tadha swartham tektva asaktim grihadishu. You small things you give up, you see the joy. If you dependent upon that, you become a slave. Then what happened? Every little thing upsets you. There is no time for you to enjoy life. Our Vedanta tells us how to enjoy this life. It is not telling you to give up. Please, don't think that. That is why people get scared of coming to Swami also. Because they think that these people will tell you detach, vairagyam and all that. They will tell you, I don't want to be vairagya, I want to enjoy my life. So I don't want to go to a ashram and all that. Temple they go, but not to ashram. Ashram they are scared. Because this Swami is sitting there. he brainwash you. Unnecessarily he tell you that you are suffering. Who asked him to tell that? I was enjoying my life and this guy come and tell you I am suffering. What is this? I don't want to hear. So you won't go. Vedanta tells you how to enjoy life properly. Our enjoyment is not the real joy. The real joy is only in detachment. So this we have to understand. So that is why, say, more and more, see, mind cannot remain without attachment. Something or other, you have to get attached. If you are not attached to your wife and children, then you get attached to your pet. Isn't it? Nowadays, people, oh my God, dog is very important. If that dog gets sick, I have seen that people come to class. Today, why you have not come? My Swamiji, my dog, it was sick. I had to take him to a doctor. And the dog has got all diseases of human being. Diabetes is there, heart problem is there, his pancreas, kidney, everything fails. Now, you have to remember Jadabarda story, Thinking about deer. He died and next life he became deer. So these people with 2 dogs, 3 dogs in the house, thinking about dog. I don't want to complete the You can complete the sentence. What happened next life? They will be born as dog. But pray that you will be born as dog in America. not a street dog, okay? Wow, you will be looked after so well. Now, see this. Business people are thinking different varieties of dog food. Yeah, that's a big market now. They have given up feeding people, now they are feeding dogs. Yeah, restaurant people are thinking. Yeah, this feeding people, restaurant people, feeding people, that is not a good business. Now they have started feeding dogs. Restaurant for dogs. So this what I was talking about is this. attachment. So we get if you give up that, we get attached to dogs, pets, etc. But instead of that, you direct that attachment to Bhagavan. You gain moksha. Freedom. But Swamiji, I'm not able to love God. See, here I can see the pet dog, I can see. It is responding to me. The moment I come from the office, it jumps over me all over and lick also everywhere. It is an expression. That is the way it expresses its love. My children also, I can see. But Bhagavan, you are asking me to love. I don't see him. How can I love him? That which you see as an object cannot be God. We want to see Bhagavan. Why means what? You want to make him an object. Even if you pray to Lord, Bhagavan appear before you, he will be temporary, isn't it? He will bless you and disappear. You won't be there. Ramchandraji, Bhagavan Ramchandraji, Lord Krishna, they were all there. We are not saying they were not there. They are all there. But they lived for a certain time and then disappeared. So any object in whatever form, they are subject to time. They come and go. So what is permanent? That is what we should seek, isn't it? That permanent Lord, he is with you all the time. Permanently with you. Not only in this life, he has been with you all the lives. And he will be with you later also. In fact, without him, we can't even talk. You are able to listen because he is with you. I am able to talk because he is with me. The conversation is possible because of his presence. And you think that with me, between me and you, there is a space. That space is empty. There is no empty space. If the sound waves have to travel through space and reach your ears and the eardrum, and then what is that? There are 3 bones are there, and that triggers and tickle your brain and interpret the sound waves into words, isn't it? All this mechanism, think about it, how it is functioning. We have taken for granted everything. But once that consciousness leave you, what happened? Body is there, ears are there, eyes are there, everything is there intact, but nothing works. Should we not love that Lord who is with you all the time in the form of aham, aham, aham? Therefore, that parama prema sarupa bhakti, try to identify that Lord. So you identify with a worldly object is called attachment. The same attachment you direct towards Bhagavan is called devotion, bhakti. Then automatically, so mind cannot remain without attachment, please. So direct that attachment to the Lord. This transformation has to slowly take place. Give your time. You have whole life is there. If not this life, next life also. That's why Hindus, we are not worried. We are very relaxed. ये जन्म में नहीं तो next जन्म में चल. Other religion, there is only one life is given. So they are in a hurry. But we are not in a hurry. But whatever it is, take your time. But the goal is to be clear. Okay, we'll stop here today. 12 o'clock, right? Yeah. We'll see tomorrow. I have done only 7 verses. Huh? How many verses are there? 31. Yeah. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve sandhu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschit dukkha bhag bhaved. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru Pyo Namaha. Hari Om.